Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. 1. Man, you know, AB, Ancient Battleship, Artichoke Butter. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and the greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang notification gang, hit that bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, the donations, and the Patreon patrons. We working. And I gotta apologize to you guys, man, because the whole Mayweather-McGregor press tour was what we expected. It was non-stop excitement, and that slowed things up as far as I'm concerned with boxing, because a lot of the video, a lot of the content, people were talking about that and wanted to talk about that. But we're on the cusp of a brilliant fight, and I feel like it needs more love. I mean, don't get me wrong, I did a Boxingego first look tell the tape. I made videos about this fight, but I feel like people should be jumping up for joy. Like I said, July 29th, Showtime Boxing, About Billions, Mayweather Promotions is helping, Lou DiBella, Kelly Swanson. This is a good fight. And when I really think about it, what's important to me is, with all the upcoming fights coming up, you know what I mean, Mayweather, McGregor, Canelo, Triple G, this is not pay-per-view. I think some people are going to disagree, but I think this almost could be a pay-per-view. You know what I mean? The card, things like that. And I don't want to hear people, oh, there's no way it's pay-per-view. Because we got Terrence Crawford versus Victor Postal, and that was a pay-per-view. Look what some of the HBO fights we're getting. You know what I mean? Canelo, Liam Smith. Tell me the undercard on any of those fights. You know what I'm saying? So, to me, with Jermall Charlo versus the #1 ranked WBC middleweight, a heavyweight fight, Gerald Big Baby Miller versus Gerald Washington, Katie Taylor, and then Broner, Mikey Garcia. I think they could have, if they really wanted to, they could have made this at the Barclays, and they could have made it a pay-per-view. But, thankful for us, it's not. So if you have regular Showtime, you'll be able to watch this. Now, I'm back with Ego Weight Watchers, aka EEL. I'll give you guys a look into the fighter's lifestyle, before, after, progress pictures, let you know what type of shape these fighters are in before their big fight. Now, I made this comparison like side by side, and I talked about Broner, but this is a recent picture of Mikey Garcia, and I want to know what you guys think. To me, I love it. I love it. And if you go to the video, I did it 30 minutes ago, 255 likes. We got plenty of comments and stuff. The thing about fights like this, they're split. You go through all these comments, and someone's saying Broner, Garcia's tapping his ass, dog. You know, AB ass beating Mikey. Broner, AB, who you got? Too close and unpredictable. So that's how you know it's the mark of a good fight. Shout out to Al Heyman. Thank you, Al Heyman, Showtime Boxing, and everybody involved, and the fighters. Mikey Garcia, he's taking a risk. He's a lightweight, has a belt at lightweight, and for the opportunity, I mean, obviously he's getting paid for it, but for the opportunity in the name, he's moving up 5 pounds when he doesn't really have to. He could fight Jorge Linares, Flanagan, and Robert Easter, guys that are already at the weight where he has a knockout. You know what I'm saying? He actually has a knockout at 142, but it was against the 135-pounder Elias Rojas. But you guys get what I'm saying. He has a belt. So him moving up, I respect that for the opportunity. And same thing with Broner. Broner just coming off a tough fight with Adrien Granados. I covered that fight live. And he's been saying for a couple fights, he's moving up to welterweight. But for his opportunity to blemish a guy like Mikey Garcia's record, he's like, nah, I'm going to stay. I'm going to make the weight. And he looks like he's in good shape. Somebody in the comments said he looked weight drained. Bitch, where? I don't see that. He don't look drained. I've seen plenty of fighters that look like they struggle to make weight, but I wouldn't say Broner's one of them. He actually looks in good shape. This is actually the best shape that I could recall Broner. Now, Mikey Garcia, he has a different body type, but this is good for Mikey Garcia because Mikey Garcia, he doesn't really, some guys just don't have, like Omar Figueroa, he has power, but he doesn't have like a crazy looking Tim Bradley ripped body, but he does his thing. So for Mikey Garcia, this is good. He looks lean. You see some muscle definition, but he's not going to be shredded. That's just from what I've seen. When he, even in the lighter divisions, it's not really his body type. So I don't know. They both look in shape. They both look motivated, and they both look hungry and focused. So I'm looking forward to it. I just had to point that out. But Broner, he doesn't look drained to me. He looks actually in really good shape. Maybe going away from home to Colorado to train was the right move for him. You know what I mean? Looks like he's having a good time there. Here's him training.
Let's go. Let's go, hello. Let's go, shorty low. Big chest, let's go, y'all.
Another thing that's pretty a good point. I was just from talking to Troy King. There's a crazy debate. Check that on the channel. But something I was thinking about, and plus Troy King was kind of saying the same thing. Broner hasn't really lost to somebody coming up. He hasn't really lost to a guy who was never fought at higher weights than him or things like that. You know what I mean? Maidana had more fights at welterweight than Broner did. You know what I mean? Same thing with Sean Porter. Plus Sean Porter, I talked to his dad and I talked to him. In the amateur, he was fighting at like 160, 165 or whatever. So it's going to be interesting. I'll give Mikey Garcia a lot of credit if he's the first, because he will be the first. Even Adrien Granados. See, this is the thing. You got to know boxing. A lot of people, they sleep on Granados. Granados sparred with Broner to help him prepare for the Maidana camp. So he had some experience with Broner and his style. So he probably knew little things. Because if you watch the fight, I was there live in Cincinnati. Shout out to the Natty. But Granados, the way he fought Broner in those first couple rounds, he actually did something I didn't even know he could really do, because I thought he was more of a come forward brawler-ish, and he started boxing, getting on his toes, and you know what I mean? I was like, oh, okay, that surprised me, and I think it surprised Broner, so Broner had to work himself into the fight. I did have Broner winning that fight. I don't think it was as controversial as some people made it, but either way, even if it was, Granados is a good fighter. He stopped Amir Imam, who was Don King, one of his only remaining like guys who was supposed to hold the Don King Promotions fort down. You know what I mean? Very skilled guy. And Amir Imam has some good size to him too, and he has power. So Granados he's no stranger. So he's fought at 147 and maybe beyond before. I think he might even have a couple fights higher than 147, like catchweights. So either way, man, I'm looking forward to this fight. For those asking, I really don't know who I'm picking. I really don't. And it's rare that I get to a point where I don't know. I think Mikey Garcia does a lot of good things. Some people say he's basic, but he's smart. He was doubling up on the jab. I mean, just like, I'm not saying he's Floyd Mayweather, but I was at his last fight too in January against Dejan Zlaticanin. The way he fought a southpaw was just like Mayweather. It's smart. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You have to know. He was circling the right way, and he was mad aggressive, and he was controlling with the jab. And then he caught Dejan Zlaticanin with a shot, and Zlaticanin, his response time looked off. So he just ran up on him and hit him with a nasty hook, and then it was over. You know what I mean? But that's fair play. You're supposed to do that. You don't have time to reset and regroup. You know what I mean? If the ref hasn't jumped in the middle and said break or anything, that's fair game. So he got rattled with the shot, and then he was just like out of position. Mikey Garcia ran up, did not hesitate, and wound up, hit him with the nasty hook. And everyone in the arena, I think it was at the MGM, they were like, ooh. So I'm looking forward to it, man. Very, very good fight. Both guys have power. I know. See, this is the thing. I want to see how much power, because I've heard tall tales about Mikey Garcia's power. Like Brandon Rios was talking about, nobody has hit him as hard as Mikey Garcia out of all the people he sparred. So I'm like, damn. Okay. So we're gonna find out, because Broner, he's pretty tough. He has heart and he has a chin. See, people, man, I can go on all day, but I'm gonna cut this video short. A lot of motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing. They think Broner getting hurt by Chino or Tim Bradley getting hurt by Ruslan is no chin. That is not. That's actually the opposite. Because Ruslan, when he gets guys hurt like that, they usually quit, like Mike Alvarado, or they get stopped. So the fact that Tim Bradley was punching back and somehow stayed upright, even though I would have said it was a 10-8 round, that shows me something. Tim Bradley, he got a chin. He's tough as fuck. Same thing with Broner. Broner moved up 2 weight divisions, fought a light puncher in Paulie Malignaggi, and then he fought fucking Chino and got hit with a perfectly set up shot where Broner thought he was going low and he came up top. And then he fell into the ropes and all that. But that doesn't mean no chin. Because to my knowledge, I don't think Broner's been knocked down aside from that fight. You know what I mean? Having no chin is, a lot of times, to me, is when you get hit and hurt by guys that shouldn't be able to hurt you. You know what I mean? Like anyone else in the division would be able to take their power, no problem. But you're drunk in there and getting hurt by it. So, I mean, what can I say? This is just a good fight. People are split. I want to know what you guys think.